Did he cheat on our wedding day? My wedding day was the 3rd of June, and was awful from start to finish. Me and my partner have been together for 12 years. We have 5 kids. About 5 months ago, our relationship had been the best it's ever been, being madly in love at the time we decided to get married in 3 months. I made sure he was sure this is what he wanted before I had the stressful task of planning everything in that time frame. The whole 3 months of sorting it, he had to do nothing other than pick his suit. Anyway, fast forward 3 weeks before, and we are arguing every day. He said he was stresses. Really, I think we begrudgingly went through with the day because we'd be together either way, and all the money we spent and everyone was coming, it was just easier, I think. Anyway, the morning of, he'd been drinking to steady his nerves or whatever beforehand. When he said he was worried, I said, just see me, no one else, and we'll be fine. I will do the same. I have extreme anxiety, BPD and bipolar, so I took my own advice to get through it, and every vow I said, I looked at him. And he stared at the floor. Not once did he meet my eyes. Fast forward to the reception, I did say after he tried to not have them that I would really like him to give a speech. I have always said this so he had time to write something even small. My stepdad gave his speech, then my mum, then his dad, and then the mic was passed to him and he said no. Not even to thank everyone, so I did that as well. It then took over an hour to get him on the dance floor for a first dance. In the video, has just itching to get away the whole time. Then the rest of the night he was stood outside with his mates like he was just at a pub socializing all night. All I had was, where is he, blah blah. I noticed, having gone outside the whole time he was out there, he was also stood with a girl I didn't recognize. Later was told it was one of the girls he worked with and her partner. He had told me only 2 of his bosses were invited, no one else. She wasn't a boss. He was out there for hours. When everyone started leaving, they all came, and she was intoxicated and laid in the booth in front of me and her BF. 5 minutes after my so-called husband comes over, sees me stood 2 feet behind her, and he goes and sits next to. She sits up and buries her head on his chest, his arm around her and one on her bare leg. He called her beautiful and kissed her head. Then when we left, he didn't acknowledge I was stood there as he stood and bickered with her and her boyfriend, pulling her arm, telling her to go with him, etc. So worst night ever. In the morning he says, I can't remember what I did, but I'm sorry. I didn't speak to him for 3 days, see if he would say anything. He just kept asking what he did wrong. I woke up the morning after my wedding day to messages from friends and family that were there asking if I was okay. Because every time they saw him, he was with her. They told him to go be with me, whatever, but he ignored them. He started going gym every day before the wedding, saying it was for the wedding, but he's still going now. He's saying he hasn't done anything wrong and I need to get over it. I never wanted to get married. I lost my dad when I was young and always thought I wouldn't want to do it without him, so for me to go ahead with it took a lot. In my head I was gonna do it once in my life, if it was gonna be amazing, and it was for us, no one else. It was a bad show. Now in my eyes we're okay. I've just said you can't remember anything apparently, so I've pushed that all I can, and he doesn't grasp the fact a wedding day for a woman is special, and he annihilated it. I'm still gutted, I can't even think about it. I have given him 12 years and 5 kids, he couldn't give me one day. And he thinks I should be over it already. Would you not be? I don't know if I'm being dramatic or my feelings are warranted. He said kissing her on the head, calling her beautiful, and having his hand on her was him just being intoxicated and friendly. I think a kiss on the head is something you do when you have a relationship with that person. Help, cause he's now turning it on me, saying I don't want to be with him cause I'm apparently miserable, or I'm not really lovey with him at ETM. I think he's trying to push me away, so I split up with him. And he can do what he pleases, and family and friends can't give him dang cause I finished it. He also comes home and tells me how his day's been and that he talked to the girl today. She was showing him funny photos or whatever. Sorry for the long one. Advice and opinions welcome. Don't hold back.